Grave robbing was something greatly feared in the 18th century, and it was feared with good reason. And the people who were robbing the graves were doctors and medical students. Because for medical education, a medical student needs to dissect a cadaver, and they were often expected to come up with their own anatomical specimens. In New York City, after the Revolution, when the medical school was established there was actually a riot caused by accusations of grave robbing against a set of medical students. The riot began with a very tasteless student prank. Some medical students were dissecting, they noticed some kids spying on them through the window, and they took the arm of the cadaver, waved it out the window at the kids and said, "Hey, I got your mother's arm right here." Well, it turns out for one of these poor children, his mother had in fact died about a week earlier. And he reported this incident to his father, who went and checked his wife's grave and discovered that it had in fact been robbed. He then gathered up a mob of his friends, neighbors, interested other parties, and went to the medical school to wreak revenge on the medical students who had stolen his wife's body. They descended upon the dissecting lab. By then, luckily for the students, they had disappeared, they had gone elsewhere, but the mob then took all of the bodies and anatomical specimens that were in the dissecting lab, carried them in triumph to a local churchyard, and gave them a good Christian burial. And then they went out into the streets hunting for doctors. At this point, the medical students had actually been put in jail for their own protection so that they wouldn't be lynched, because the mob was out for blood over this terrible desecration of their loved ones' graves. After 3 days, the mob dispersed with the help of the local militia. The legislature then passed 2 laws to address this problem which had caused the riot. One of them gave the body of any executed criminal to the medical school for dissection. The other imposed very substantial penalties on anyone caught robbing graves. In this way, they were hoping to split the difference, make sure that doctors got enough material, and also reassure the citizens that the graves of their loved ones would remain undisturbed.